Bogle Park mix in some wind for this top 10 matchup. And oh yes, it's dog day at the ballpark. We've enjoyed a couple of big time matchups between the Florida Gators and Arkansas Razorbacks, and the Dogs and the Humans. Getting the starting assignment is Lily Faye McWhorter.
And for Lily Faye McWhorter, she has not had much opportunity throughout the duration of this season.
Runs, scored a run. That's through the wickets of McDowell and down the line and left, cut off by Kennedy. Thomas runs well. She'll slide into second base, and a good beginning for the Gators. And the 3-0 is outside and low, ball 4. So I'm really curious, but you have to turn the page and move on. Soft liner over the head of Davidson into right center for a hit. Thomas will score. Shoemaker holds at second. The first 3 Gators have reached, and they lead 1-0. Yeah, it was impressive to watch. Walker rolls one to second. Davidson will flip to second for an out. On to first. That's a double play. Again, the Razorbacks always say 1 pitch from 2 outs, and they needed that. Nicely done by Davidson and Rio up the middle. Hitting in that 5-hole for the Gators. Lifted in the get to center. The wind is going to push this back, and it's going to carry out for a home run. Johnson tried to time her leap, but that ball was out of her reach. Cahalan hits her 13th home run, and the Gators continuing what they did last night with 3-2 to Grover. Payoff pitch, wave and a miss. McWhorter gets the K to end the inning. Another payoff, that's not close. That was a long sequence, 9 pitches. Reagan Johnson draws the walk to begin the bottom. Wave and a miss. McDowell went after it. Expanded the zone. Rothrock gets. Got to believe she'll sit on a pitch here, and she does, and that's ball 4. So a couple of walks this inning. To Johnson and then to Kennedy. And Rothrock will wind with 1 and deliver it at the knees for strike 3 called. A good pitch. Couple of strikeouts, couple of walks, and the Razorbacks strand. And here's a payoff, and that is off the pointer. That is ball 4. Well, here comes Sailor Timmerman. We saw her for a third of an inning last night. She gave up 3 hits and a run, and back in there this afternoon in game 3.
Heart of the plate, you get a game like what we saw yesterday.
Well, that's a wave and a miss. Zimmerman comes back and gets the K on Wesolowski for Thomas. Shoots one to left field, and Kennedy Miller, shading her eyes, able to make the catch in fair territory. Nicely done by
pitches outside of the strike zone. It's all about reading that break out of the hand, and I mean, if you see the spin out of and you can hit off of a tee, you can hit front toss off of a machine, but those game-like reps are what get you ultimately prepared.
This weekend. And smokes one out to left to Dakota Kennedy. It's a good thing she's tall because that ball got to her quickly.
For player of the week, it's been quite impressive.
That's a ground ball rolled into center for a base hit. Here comes Shoemaker around third. Reagan Johnson's throw's cut off, and the Gators have added a run. It's 4-0 Florida. Another 3-2 with 2 outs. Reagan Johnson started back, but she has to come sprinting in. She's got the speed to recover and make the play to end the inning.
With the level of play.
Bain socks one to right, but Shoemaker will glide over, and the left-handed right fielder makes the grab, and there's 2 outs. When it is in the zone, you got that swing, no mentality. But Arkansas hacking early in the count, and it leads to a very quick inning on a soft pop-up. So, Wesolowski facing Timmerman. Pokes one out to left. Kennedy started back. She comes in and can't make the play. And that ball continues to roll away, but Wesolowski does not try to advance. And Sydney, when you've seen so many from Gainesville to Fayetteville.
I bet they enjoyed that this weekend with
the
ability to fly more private.
0-2 the count. That is another pop-up. Again, Ella McDowell there. This time she will call it and catch it. Gators ready to do some damage, and she strokes one out to left center field. Kennedy into a dive. She made the play. Arkansas had a couple of near plays this weekend. That time Kennedy with the grab, and she gets a hug.
Kennedy, this is why she is a Gold Glover. Just an all-out effort. This ball is tailing down at the last second. Ground ball.
Wyckoff 4-1 off the elbow, so that'll end the consecutive batters retired streak and give the Razorbacks, you don't get that big frame.
Sure, and at the high rate of swing and misses that she's had.
That's a base hit to left field. It'll help. So Kennedy Miller gets Arkansas's first hit this afternoon.
Break. I mean, she has been on point.
Hit to left field. Stroked well to the wall. Goodbye. Carly Davidson on her senior day hits a 3-run homer to the berm. And with one swing, Arkansas right back in this game.
And I think with that swing right there, Carly Davidson just made me eat my words, because this pitch right down the heart of the plate, and Carly Davidson gets every piece of it, putting 3 runs on the board for Arkansas. Talk about some momentum shifting from just one swing of the bat.
1 run, it was in the 3rd, and a couple of walks cost her that scenario. Right to Rio. McClellan retired, trying to go to 10-2 in league play. High pop up, Davison really starts to drift. That was a big offering to pay off. That's low, that's ball 4. From Rothrock to Rio. Smoked in the center for a base hit. And here come the Hogs with a couple of runners on for Kaylee Wyckoff. Miller hits one hard to second on the bounce. Camilla makes the play and ends the inning. A few feet in either direction. Maybe Arkansas has the lead. Instead, top of the lineup for the Gators, a big chopper to short. Good speed, good arm, but there was a little bit of a bobble from Rio, and Thomas will reach. That was going to be the ultimate. Canis worked his way back to full. Wave and a miss. The throw to second base. How about the tag from Rio? Miller skipped the throw. Rio scooped it and slapped a tag on Thomas for a strike him out, throw him out, double play. Tim Walt. What a job by Sailor Timmerman. 6 innings of 1-run ball. Gives Arkansas a chance to win it with 2 in the bottom of the 7th.
The way that she's throwing her pitches.
Poked out to left, it's going to drop. And when it kicked away, no chance for advancement. But Reagan Johnson with the flare to left, and that's the tying run on base. Ball 4. A 1-out single, then the walk. Bain indeed patient enough to take her base. Hogs down a run in the bottom of the 7th. McDowell will wave and miss. A huge pitch for Rothrock to get the K, and Arkansas down to its final out. Hogs down to their final out. Hit to left, hit well, to the wall, it's gone! Dakota Kennedy wins it! First pitch swinging, a 3-run homer. The celebration is waiting at home plate, and the foot stomp on the dish, and the Hogs complete the comeback to win the series. What a swing and what a day for Dakota Kennedy and the Razorbacks. A Dakota dinger, and it scores 3.
Dakota Kennedy, this is what makes her a professional. Stepping up, top 10 matchup in a huge moment. 2 outs on the board, drives it over the left field wall, and Arkansas takes the victory and the series win against the Florida Gators.
I thought McClellan might have a play. She wasn't quite sure where the fence was, so she couldn't jump up and maybe rob it. She was a foot or 2 away from the fence. Dakota had just enough, and home run number 12 is one she is not soon going to forget.